Waiting for this game to load. It's a base landscapes game. I'm hoping to make it a quick one. There's nothing too special about this game other than the fact that we have NerdCube fan in, who is an obvious alt, who also has 3 timeout penalties in like 20 games. So I am not too thrilled about playing against him. But if we can get this game to go, like I'm just gonna plan to play fairly quickly here. Not gonna worry about fan factions or too much other stuff that's unusual here. And hopefully they're a decent sport and will play quickly or reasonably fast as well. Over here, whenever I see late big building and dwelling, like this specific combo, I always think dwarves, but the pass tiles don't say dwarves. Now there are 2 workers on the pass, but these 2 ship tiles are not so good for them. If witches get tossed in, that'll be an issue for us. But if not, then maybe we can make that happen. The big building tile is in the game with this event. I feel like that makes it, kind of like that Chaos Magicians are in. I'm just going to go with halflings. Halflings are always a pretty strong, pretty decent faction. The pass tiles should go big building, priest, and worker power. It's not clear between worker power and the priest which one will go first. Halflings don't particularly want to open with a temple. Temp ship could be in play if it's witches. That said, it is a big building event, so do witches want that? Who knows? Who can say? Thinking here from so the 3rd seed is swarmlings. Swarmlings obviously good with a big building early. Late dwellings is not so bad for swarmlings because other factions don't particularly score well on it. So well, this obviously sucks for chaos. It's obviously very good for swarmlings. Let's bid them down. I mean, they're easily 10 points better than chaos magicians. They're not 10 points better than engineers. There's no way they're 10 points better than engineers. There's a good chance they're not 10 points better than halflings either, but engineers, it's not even clear that engineers want the big building tile. Like, engineers could just prefer to take worker power. And also, like, worker power and the priest are both incredible for swarmlings as well. So there's just, like, literally nothing bad for them in this setup. Halflings might have to start H7 and single dig G5 for their first action. I would imagine that's halfling's best move here. Just to lock up this territory. NY bids on halflings, which is kind of interesting. I would think that, instinctively, I kind of think that engineers are a little stronger. Engineers could start with worker power. Then they would get the double dig. Or actually, I mean, swarmlings could technically take, like, one of those instead, but, like, I guess halflings shouldn't prefer double dig over worker power. or shouldn't prefer to take a power tile rather than like the priest or something, but they could. You could lose double dig as Engies, and that would make your opening like way worse, probably. Yeah, like 2 mid-round TPs is just not very good for any faction other than Swarmlings. Swarmlings are gonna like happily just make 2 TPs during this time. Other factions will struggle to make more than 2 TPs. That said, you do want your big building earlier than round 5 as Swarmlings, so like other factions might make 5 points here, but like Chaos won't make those 5 points. Engineers might probably can make those 5 points, but they might want a Sanctuary Water 1 some point here. The answer is probably actually just to keep bidding Swarmlings. I do think that Chaos is the 40 faction. I think that's correct. I think Halflings and Engineers are both better. But like the degree to which Swarmlings are really strong might be even understated here. So if I'm Swarmlings, I'm probably getting Leech. Actually, Halflings are taking power tile with double dig, now that I think about it. Swarmlings probably want a single dig in round 1. MLP Nix, hello. Yes, you're catching the start of the stream. Welcome. This is a very awkward one. I put in Halflings. We got Swarmlings and Engineers. Engineers obviously make Chaos Magicians considerably worse. Swarmlings and Chaos have the built-in happiness of the big building early. Heroic Logic, yes. So Snake X here is OMG, I think it's just like OMG. Heroic Logic, you love TM streams. Agricola displaced most of them. Yeah. I can't, like, there was a while when I could follow Agricola streams, but now I just don't know enough of the cards. And it, like, even when the CD set came out, like, I, like, had a tough time recognizing a lot of the cards. And like it just didn't feel cohesive. Like Terra Mystica, there's just never like that much that I have to learn just to watch a stream. So, all right, what's Chaos's game plan here? I think that Chaos's game plan is like you start D4, maybe Swarmlings are on D5, maybe not, doesn't matter. You probably town like this with your Sanctuary. You try to town through here, and then maybe you get over here and you have Swarmlings as a neighbor and you try to town through here, but Swarmlings probably take E2 from you, so it's not like, it's not great. Swarmlings, I feel like, pretty likely just start H4, G6, H4. I think that that's a pretty good starting spot for Swarmlings this game. Yeah, it's an ugly color matchup. You think, Snake, you really like NG's even with the color neighbors? Yeah, I mean, my first bid was actually, like, I put Swarmlings at 30, and then I started bidding on Engineers, because I thought that, like, this isn't the perfect track, but they are going to be able to take advantage of these round 4 TPs, round 3 and 4 TPs. They're the ones who are going to be able to make the most of these. Like, that's part of the reason why I actually like Swarmlings here. Like, this is not the best time to be making TPs, especially, like, how many people are going to be making 4 TPs out of here? Like, not that many. There's not even a TP tile in the game, so. You think Engineers are better than Halflings? I'm not convinced about that. I think that Engineers and Halflings are kind of similar here. But to be fair, I did bid on Engineers before I bid Halflings, so like I guess like technically I do agree with you there. Engineers should likely win Network. Halflings struggle to get like a giant economy going, and Engineers need fewer coins, so despite that they're going to lose D4, C2, and A2, like they're not going to get these hexes that they normally do. They're likely, well, okay, so there's some awkwardness about this F3 hex. there is a chance that, like, about this G2 hex, there is a chance that they lose that. And then if I'm playing Swarmlings, I'm probably on H4 and I might be taking G3 away from them. That said, if that happened, as engineers, you might take worker power. Patrick is probably going to try to take G5 with his first action, which is a little awkward for Swarmlings. It's probably going to go like halflings, double spade, including G5, and then get this. So Swarmlings don't have a perfect game. They're not going to get the double spade in round 1, so they might not get and they might have a slow enough round that they don't get double spade in round 2 either. Engineers could pass early and get double spade then. So I kind of like NGs because of that. The advanced digs does make it a little awkward that dwellings are late for engineer. And that's part of the reason why Swarmlings are so appealing, of course. Say that you don't get these southerns here. MLP Nix, are Swarmlings that good here? Yeah, I think Swarmlings are really good here. I think Swarmlings are super good here. The reason being this track. This track is just not very good for anyone. And also landscapes are on, so you're going to be able to build more stuff as Swarmlings, like late. You're getting either the big building tile or a worker power or the priest in round 1. Like, those are all really, really good tiles for their own reasons. The awkward thing is that you could get spade blocked in round 1 and in round 2. Anyway, I do think Chaos is quite awkward here. That's why I've been staying away from them. I think red on base is just not very good. Swarmlings are boring. Swarmlings are boring. I mean, I didn't put them in. Nerdcube fan put them in, so go ahead and red thumb him. I think I'm likely to red thumb them at some point because I looked at their history and they've got 3 timeouts in their 20 games. So yeah, you live in the 7 building Swarmlings land. Yeah, late dwellings plus the landscape means that you probably want to build like a dwelling or like a couple extra dwellings of Swarmlings, though you might build them before the final round. My thing is that the final round, late dwellings, a lot of factions can't capitalize on this very well, and I think that Chaos will really struggle to capitalize on it with both halflings and engineers in the game. Like NGs in the game means that you might lose D6 and just get entirely cut off of the east. The natural hedge, there's no way you're ever getting G2 in this matchup. So like the natural reds you're limited to are like 1, 2, 3. You might be able to get this and this, and then this and this. Yeah, Nerdcube fans stalled their final move after skipping someone for 30 minutes. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that someone like stated that about them. So and I looked at their game history and like they play like 30-minute plus games, which is like my streaming speed. Now I know it's hypocritical because I am streaming, but like it's annoying, you know. This might be enough for Swarmlings. Like I'm bidding on them thinking that I'm dominating cults and stuff, and that I'm getting on this big building pass tile, but it's very possible I don't. If I just take worker power and I could get like the worst thing that can happen in this game is I can get spade blocked both rounds 1 and round 2. Okay, looks like we're playing engineers. I think Chaos have a pretty decent game. Like they are going to get a lot of economy, like a lot of points in like they have a lot of big point lead and stuff. We should figure out what pass tile we're taking. I think worker power just might be the best pick, but the risk as engineers is that you can also get spade block. Now, getting spade block as NGs is not quite as bad. It is H4 Swarmlings, which I was thinking that I would play, so that's a little sad. this heavily hints towards swarmlings wanting a spade to take away G3 in round 1. So with all the dwelling scoring, is this not 7 structure swarmlings? Well, I mean, with the landscape, you almost always want to go for a third town. Come on, Patrick, just place H7. Just place H7. Like it can't be wrong to place H7 and take G5 with your first move. It just can't. Yes, there are landscapes. The late dwelling scoring also means that you could temple for Earth 1 in round 1 and then try to expand late with shipping. It's actually fairly unlikely that halflings take these hexes away from you, I think. So I think that this is a game where swarmlings definitely want Earth 1, so I would heavily consider taking it in round 1 as engineers. So worker power or the big building tile, I think I'm just sticking with worker power and hoping that I get double spade. Halflings are being offered a priest, which is better, which is just a lot better than a 3 power tile. So I'm hoping that halflings don't want to double dig. They can't build on the second dwelling anyway. They would have to, like, they already have 1 dig for 2 hexes. So I think that they're better off taking a priest or 6 coins even compared to taking a power tile and then single digging with their first action. If they do single dig with their, like, if they take the double dig, I'm pretty screwed. Okay, they take a priest. That's great. Okay. Good man, Patrick. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm getting double dig in round 1. I think that I probably want to go. I'm trying to figure out if I want temple or if I want 2 temples or if I want 2 temple TP 2 dwellings. I actually think that temple TP 2 dwellings is a little better. Sorry, I actually think that 2 temples is a little better. Here comes G5. Swarmlings are considering buying a priest or something, I guess. Don't really see why this isn't just upgrade. Yeah, it is upgrade. Okay. I say we take E9 first, because it is, like, halflings do have to build here. I mean, we'll figure out F4 as well, but take this. Quick thought. Chaos Magicians obviously just want to open with a Sanctuary. They're probably not taking the double spade away from me. So I could just upgrade E7. Like, there's a chance that there's a world where I can just get Earth 1 before. Well, actually, no. Patrick could upgrade and give Swarmlings the double spade. I can't afford to lose double spade, so. Yeah. Oh, whoa. No. This. This. What is going on here? Transform, build the dwelling. Confirm. Okay. And this. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Ghostly, you said that CM are on temp ship. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I mean, it turns out that it's not, like, the worst idea because they literally can get leech starved. They could have actually gotten leech starved without temp ship. So I actually don't mind that much, as much as you might think. So I think I will temple for Earth 1 here. Again, I think that with the late dwelling scoring, it's just very important to have Earth 1 this game, and it is possible for me to get blocked from it if I try to build F4 first. This upgrade is also just good for me. So we will upgrade there. And how many coins do we need for the rest of our stuff? I will need a coins action to make this all work out really nicely. Should expect some leech here. And then I should expect some leech here. If Patrick wants to build F5 first, that's lovely as well. And when I'm trying to figure out the favor tiles, I think that Earth 1 is a clear pick. Yep, there it is. Probably Fire 1 next. I mean, they're gonna take all, like, they're gonna take Earth 2 and either Air 2 or Water 2 as well. I would probably go for actually Water 2 looks weirdly attractive this game because of this and this. That said, I think that Air 2 is just very consistently good. So, like Air 2 is one extra worker in round 1, or heading into round 2, which is great. Okay, what did Patrick do? Patrick tossed the priest to fire. Oh, Patrick wants to take away the coins from me. It's unfortunate. Okay, fine. We'll just take Earth 1. I really want Patrick to build F5, so that way I can make my other stuff up here. Yeah, I don't want to get Earth 1 blocked this game. Like, you could say that this means that I shouldn't have built E9. There's definitely a world where that's true. If Patrick doesn't build F5 until he temples for Earth 1, which I think is what's coming next. Yeah, I would love to see a Sanctuary followed by a Temple, and then I might just burn for the coins. I can burn 3 power happily, so all I need is for Patrick to either build or upgrade here. If he doesn't take a power action, I'm really happy, but probably he takes a power action. It makes me feel awkward with my life. Yeah, I'm looking at it, and I really like trying to get both a temple and I really like to try to get 2 temples here, as opposed to temple TP, or as opposed to TP this round. TP 2 dwellings versus temple and 1 dwelling, I think. The second temple is really, really good for NGs. Chaos trying to figure out their favor tiles. I think it should be Earth 2 and Air 2. That's just like straight up good. Then they can pass right on to this 7 coins. They do take Air 2, so they agree there. They desperately need Earth 2 because they have awful worker econ. So it's going to be Water 1. Okay. So I think we can probably safely write off Chaos this game. They're really going to struggle to expand. They're also already on the temp ship tile. They really should have just taken this 3 power tile if this was going to be their plan. So I think Chaos is pretty boned. We'll see how it plays out for them. Patrick does take the coins, so that makes me quite sad. So how do we want to play this then? Like, this means that I'm likely going to give Swarmlings Leech if I try to temple over here. I can still do it. It involves, like, Patrick is going to give me Leech with his next action, unless he takes the Priest. So then I would have to burn, like, I'd have to burn 3 power in order. Okay, so Swarmlings pass and secure double dig. That's cool. Oh, Chaos is getting onto this tile. That's actually really, really good. That's really generous to Chaos, and very unfortunate for us. Okay, so Patrick took the coins. Probably can keep stalling by taking the priest. Swarmlings can't use... Swarmlings are going to have issues with running over in terms of leech. Or I guess they can absorb all of this leech, but it's better that they have the leech rather than anyone else, I think. Yeah, Chaos getting that tile is absolutely sick. Like, I think that's a huge break for them. I don't think that they were necessarily supposed to get that. I think that most of the time Swarmlings want to do something here. So, unfortunately, we do need to burn down to 6 tiles, but I think it's worth it. Or is it? Actually, maybe I just build this hex. Building this hex might just be better than forcing the second temple. I get the same worker production, and then I can just temple for water 1 instead of earth 2. I don't get any earth rewards anyway, and this is good for my leech situation. So, yeah. So next round, I'm just gonna take a single spade. I'll single spade D7. I'll temple for water 1. Yeah, this is all fine. I'm losing G3, but I can take temp ship, and then yeah, temp ship is very good for me. Yeah, we'll take temp ship. We'll single spade D6 and build C5, and then this round we'll temple for water 1. That is the plan. I'm expecting 1, 2, 3 more leech, 4. So if I want to be able to take 3, then I should down convert 1. And this means that I can now take 8 leech. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Patrick advanced ship. That's very interesting. He wants to beat Chaos up to the north so that he can connect, I believe. That's probably what's happening there. So here comes G3, H5, I presume. It could be F7, but I think that's, yeah, it's G3, H5. It is disruptive to me, so bully for that. I guess I could also, G1 is pretty important, so I could risk, they take the coins. I could risk D6 and just grab G2 for now. Doesn't seem awful to me. In the meantime, we can probably just spare a priest to air. Like no one is capable of taking the spade action on me. So I can spare this priest to air for the moment. And then I'll stall my decision on G2 versus D6. Like if Patrick winds up digging this hex this round, then I do want G2 for sure. Because it is important to get my towns in. This priest to air can turn into this later. My priest next round might be for a ship advance, so this might not turn into anything, but I think it's still nice. Patrick templed for Earth 1, yeah, okay. So Swarmlings don't get Earth 1. They're pretty happy not to have Earth 1. They're going to take Water 1 this round. They just build H5. They're going to use their Swarmling. They're going to figure out if they want to temple or use their Swarmlings action. Well, they already have a points lead on me. I guess they took 5 points. They got 9 extra points compared to me in round 1, so that does make sense. I can build C5 to continue stalling my decision. Patrick advanced ship. Okay, so he's not advancing digs yet. He's not taking F3 this round, so I could float G2. But just taking this town space is still very good. That's the thing. Yeah, I mean he's going to hard dig B3 or something. So I shouldn't worry too much about G2. He's coming up here before he comes down here. C5 is always happening, so we can grab this hex. D6 is important because it's my connection. G2 is important because it's a town. So both are good. G2 is just nice because G2 is also important because it extends me out through here. So like that's also really important about G2. I would love to be able to beat Swarmlings to E4 as well, because then I could potentially get these red hexes up here. This is a very cool halflings game. They're going to take this tile and hope for a coins action next round. They might not get one. But actually, they probably will, because I'll temple for water one pretty soon. Swarmlings by the priest. Interesting. They're stalling for a long round. That makes sense. So Swarmlings have a temple, a TP, and a priest left to do this round. Temple, TP, priest. That's 3 actions. So the last option that I have for the spade, right, is D7. D7 is nice because that accelerates my town. Like this is a town hex here, and actually halflings can touch this hex right now. So I do think I need to secure one of these 2 hexes. D6 can be a town hex if I get these. Actually, that might not be the worst idea to let halflings have D7, because that would give me neighbors that I desperately want. But it means a much slower town, which is sad. I would love a faster town. G2 is good because I could do 3 power to a worker and get G1. Though I guess looking at it, I don't have a second temple, so I don't have like a lot of leech right now. So I don't want to do power to a worker. I just want 1 hex right now, and that 1 hex might just be D6. Yeah, securing my connection right now can't be that bad. And then if I need to make the town, then I'll let Patrick. Like if Patrick does wind up taking this guy, then I can just do bridge shenanigans. So Chaos looks like they want a town like this. I am going to secure this because my connection is in jeopardy from halflings. Taking a lot of single spades is not ideal, but I probably can get G2 next round. So. It's a shame that Swarmlings are going to try to take the longest round, which is certainly what they're trying to do, get Chaos's tile. But Chaos builds their hex. They do have a lot of points. That is nice for them. I need to pass here. There's a lot of stuff that I want, so I'm going to take the best tile economy-wise, which is this guy. Halflings should not be able to afford water 1 next round. So I think this coming round, our desires look like G2 could have given us G1 as well. Yes, I agree with that, George Shortwell. However, I only had two workers this round, right? So I built C5 and D6. But yeah, that was the cool greedy play. However, both of my hexes here are in jeopardy. Like both of my connection hexes are reachable by halflings, and halflings specifically want one of them. So there were some awkward issues there, which is why I wound up just securing like the most conservative hex. Yeah, like playing conservative is never that fun, admittedly. All right, what's Chaos going to do? They're going to single spade this hex and take this probably, or they'll advance shift to get to this, and that's it. So we could double spade here. We could take coins. I have more coins than I realize, so I don't technically need the coins as badly, but I don't want Patrick to get the coins. Can I lose water 1? I think it would be insane for Patrick to take water 1 here. He would always take coins first. But if I do take coins, then he might take water 1. If I give this leech to swarmlings, swarmlings will not be able to double spade. So I could just take water 1 and a double spade this round. I feel like that seems pretty good. Yeah, water 1 and a double spade is going to be my round. Coins is so good, but if I get water 1 block, then I probably just temple for air 1. And then, yeah, if I got water 1, I'm never losing the double spade here. So I could temple for, no, hold on. I need to think about this. If only we had another worker. Yeah, agreed. If we had another worker last round, then we would have done that. But I didn't want to do workers to coins. I think that I can afford to float the coins for now. Let's do this. I might live to regret this, but I think that if I take a double spade here, then I'm pretty happy. And I do have a neighbor for a TP that I want, so I have this air spade coming in, which maybe I should be thinking about a little more. Maybe I just ignore the air spade, right? Who needs the air spade? So Patrick will get coins. That's quite good for him. But how many TPs can he build between the next 2 rounds? Probably a lot, right? This 7 coins pass tile is becoming very, very good. So I think that we might double spade D7, G2 here, and then pass right away. We'll secure G2. So we'll go G2, D7, and then we'll just pass. Spit that baby out. Yeah, we're passing. We're going to pass and we're going to get the 7 coins, and we'll be pretty happy. Because that'll let us build TPs in the TP round. It is a little... Maybe I should have single spaded, actually. Single spading G2 wouldn't have been so bad, and that would have let me get the coins next round. But it's not what we did, so we did make our bed. Chaos needs to spade here, I think. Or, I guess they're building A6. But if I get over to G1, then I might be taking E3 from them. I guess I'm beating them to G1, like, no matter what, so. Patrick gets some lovely leech. That will help his goals for sure. Can I afford to stay in this round? This spade doesn't really do me anything, right? And I could turn F3 to red. That might annoy Patrick. That might be kind of fun. But that doesn't seem very good. If Patrick upgrades, he has lots of spots to upgrade away from me, so I can't get a coins action. So yeah, I think that I need to take this 7 coins tile. I've sunk a lot of power into spade actions, and I don't have much economy going for me, so I need to be pretty judicious about passing going forward. I have a fair number of workers, actually, so I am dangerously close to thinking that maybe I can build 2 TPs, a dwelling, and a bridge next round for a coin town. Actually, maybe it's a ship town, and then I get G1. Um, yeah, it's not a lot of TPs in the TP round for NGs this game. Part of that is like a fairly predictable thing, which is that I just don't have the neighbors for it. Patrick is not going to build F3 for a long time, if ever. Um, and Patrick is going to pass for a lot of points too. This is quite good. If I were him, I might just pass here and then take the dwelling style or something. Actually, passing for the worker power right now for Patrick is incredible because then he gets the coins action. And he might be getting the coins action anyway. Like swarmlings still have to make their TP here for their town. They're going to take the 2-key town here. It's very possible that I was supposed to just take the coins, but the thing is, I really wanted to secure G2 as well this round. Maybe I didn't have to worry about that, and like the right play was to take coins, send priest to air, and then pass, and then I get temple water 1 for my first action next round. I think that was probably the line I was supposed to take. Yeah, Patrick is going to pass for the coins action. That's a really smart read. Then he'll have 15 coins to work with. He can build all his TPs, and he still has a lot of workers, so maybe he advances. Where is he building Browns? He can dig this hex and then build H3. Yeah, that's probably the play. It is really nice not having color neighbors as halflings, and just not being that scared of your opponents. I'm going to be the odd man out in terms of passing points after this round, though. Like my points look really bad. I'm going to be winning network, but Patrick will be second in network, so I'll need to get a couple cult points somewhere. I really like the game that Patrick has played, though, and he still has 2 dig advances built in, so that's a lot of points coming as well. I'm glad that he doesn't water 1, but he will have more TPs than me, which makes me feel sad and inadequate. And good God, Chaos Magicians. Just look at that economy. Look at that economy for Chaos. I mean, I guess it's not that awful, like in terms of like actual stuff, but this board presence, it doesn't make me happy. Makes me quite sad, actually. And it's going to make me really sad if I manage to lose to them, which is certainly in the cards. It's certainly not out of question that I could lose to Chaos Magicians here. Yeah, looking at it, once, like, halflings don't have to build this F3 hex at, like, any point, so they could just wait really long, never build this guy, and then I would just never get a neighbor down here. That would mean that my best route to making a town might be, like, Sanctuary and Stronghold all up in here, which would be very expensive. Don't know how I could get the coins to do that. I have to make a start by building these two. Swarmlings show some interest in building a town over here. Pass for a disgusting number of points. Yeah, this is pretty bad looking for engineers here. We're not getting the neighbors that we want. Our leech is completely dried up after round 1. And we also kind of handicapped ourselves by taking Earth 1, Water 1 instead of some alternatives. We should be getting a little bit of leech from Swarmlings going forward, though, so that part is nice. Wonder if a coin town is bad. The thing about a coin town is that if I play D7 and then make an expensive TP, that means that I can take a coin town, and that coin town will allow me to build a TP and advance ship. That might be reasonable. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. This dwelling is definitely happening. It does feel like swarmlings will want E10, but they probably don't want it this round. I think that they want a fast round, so they might just TP here and then pass right away. And then I would lose out on coin's action, which also sucks. But if I can pass relatively fast onto this dwelling tile, I mean, I guess chaos probably take that dwelling tile, which is really sad because that's the best tile for me. Okay, I think I'm gonna just take the coin town, and then I'll just feel sad, but I'm allowed to feel sad. Oh, Swarmlings built an extra dwelling. I didn't expect that necessarily. Does an 8-pointer make any sense? Probably not. This last Priest of Water could be decent. I also want to jam the air cult if I can. That's the only awkward thing, but I think that's okay. I think that's okay. I can live with myself. No. Halflings advanced dig? Yeah, they're not sending this priest right now. We'll just take the coin town.
Okay.
Chaos are the one to pass early. So they're going to stronghold next round, probably. I imagine Swarmlings will pass next, but I can't really do too much about it. I really want to... Like, I took a coin town because I really want to do stuff this round, and do stuff I will. So I'm thinking that my plan here is Priest to Water, advance ship, build G1. That's the plan. Actually, I probably should advance ship. Okay. Patrick just takes G4 first, so that's good. Swarmlings are taking Leech, which I don't really agree with, but it doesn't really matter too much. I could just make my other TP here, actually, right? I could just TP G2. That would make me so hilariously tall, and then I just Sanctuary for a worker town next round, in Air 1, of course. But I think I should stick to playing economically. Oh, hey, I got leech. Didn't expect that. I I'm actually considering dwelling and the expensive TP now. Um, well, the dwelling isn't necessary, right? Yep, swarmlings do just block the best pass tile. That seems smart. Um, halflings will want to pass soon, but I think that it's good for us to secure this hex. It might also be good for us to make an expensive TP, but we'll think about that. This dwelling is producing income for us, so it strikes me as kind of a bad idea to throw it away. Because I don't have Earth 2, I think that the Stronghold is probably just not on the team. That makes me a little sad. Because I don't have the workers to build bridges anyway. So I think that it might just be Sanctuary for Air 1. It's very possible that halflings are just supposed to pass here. Staying around longer seems pretty iffy to me for halflings. They've got their economy rolling. I'm sure they won't score more TP points throughout the game, but they're actually getting second on network, even if they don't like ever build another TP. I mean, they'll want to build more TPs, but they can just pass right now for Sanctuary Air 1. Wow, they do wind up doing this. I kind of like this because I think that this is in part like just to ensure that the pass tiles are controlled the way that they want. Okay, this is obviously Patrick would be passing next. What do I want here? I think I maybe can convert to a worker and a coin. I actually have plenty of coins, but I won't have plenty of coins once I build that sanctuary. So, yeah, we'll just keep it all like so. Swarmlings will probably steal the workers action next round, which is sad, but we'll want coins to advance our shipping anyway. Huh. Chaos Dug D3. This makes me want to single spade E3 a lot. I think that might go, ooh, I'm going to get a neighbor on D8 too. So there will be some leech this round. I like that. Chaos builds D3 with their first action. That means Swarmlings get coins or workers. And then I think I just like double spading here. They just take coins, which is fine. I didn't want coins. Yeah, I think I grabbed this guy, put a dwelling down, and then I might be able to 3-town this game. This tilts me toward taking. This definitely tilts me toward taking. What you call it? Fire 2 instead of Air 1. I should be a little cognizant of the fact that it looks a lot like Swarmlings want to like maybe connect this game, but they don't have a lot of workers, so like their network can't be that good anyway, right? Like how many dwellings can they really build? They'll get 3. Yeah, like if they want to do their megatown stuff, then I don't think that they're going to be able to build that many dwellings in round 6. Oh wait, but they do have this, so yeah, that's kind of sucks. Should figure out if it's better to go for this 3-town plan or not. So Zach, what's cracking? This game is not going well. I have had a very poor streak lately. I think I'm likely third here. I think I'm beating Chaos Magicians, but no Earth 2 run. Yeah, this is really bad, Weber. I've been on a pretty poor streak lately. I was just saying, and this is just like my economy is so poor. I had to take a coin town because I got like 0 leech. I got like 2 leech after round 1 for a long time until this finally happened. Can I take these 2-for-1s? Probably. I might not be able to double spade next round anyway, so I might just burn down stuff. Some people make it work. What's the context on this decision? The context on this decision was I really wanted Earth 1. I was like, it felt like a really good game for Swarmlings to take Earth 1 in the final round. So I templed there. And then instead of making a second temple in round 1, because I didn't get the coins action, I decided to just go. I had worker power, so I went temple, TP, 2 dwellings. And I just wanted Earth 1 because I felt like Swarmlings would want Earth 1 with like this type of track. So that's essentially all that was. Okay, I'm out of workers, so I think I'm going to make the executive decision that the answer here is that I want the Fire 2 Ship Town line. I need points, and I need shipping eventually, so close your eyes, everyone. Oh wow, I just killed my economy again, because I don't have a... Oh man, I just killed my economy once again. Fire 2. So I don't have another temple up. And I could take a workers town instead and then temple. But that's for air 1. Actually, worker town, temple, air 1 might not be the worst. Yeah. Everything is a disaster right now. All right, we're going to throw the priest onto air if we get the chance, for sure. We really want that worker conversion. Also, I can use this leech currently, so that's not bad. It's not a nerd cube alt. It's a player who some people have said has not been a particularly good sport, so I'm not particularly interested in playing against them more in the future. But they played a very good game. I mean, admittedly, like they've played like a very good Swarmlings game, and they placed H4, which I think was the right call against Brown and Gray. So, like G3 would have been so much better for me because then I get access down here. But anyway, yeah, it looks like I've given up too many efficiencies. I don't have enough endgame points. I've already used up 2 towns, and I'm not going to get a lot of passing points either. It will be nice because Chaos should pass like now or next step, and then I should be able to get onto a good pass tile after that. Okay. So they take a town. What's more important to me? Is it more important for me to temple for air 1 or send this last priest? I feel like it's clear that temple for air 1 is better. It's a lot better economically speaking. So the next action is going to be temple for air 1. I think we feed free leech to Swarmlings. So I'm basically prepared to pass the moment that chaos is passing. My order of operations, I think, is priest to heir is the best thing that can happen for me. It's probably a little too much. Yeah, it was probably a little too much. I probably will take this for this 3 for 2 though. Patrick gets a cult town probably. Actually, the cult town's probably gone. So this is what workers town. Yeah, it's the other workers town. F2 is in some jeopardy, so securing F2 might be a priority. But Patrick might just prefer to use he wants a 3 town this game, right? That's why he took fire too. So he's gonna carve town space as well. Hopefully Chaos stand the round. I guess what's likely to happen is Chaos put Priest here and then Swarmlings put the last Priest here. That kind of sucks. That would have been a reason to put Priest instead of Templing for Air 1, I guess. Why don't I have Earth 2? Weren't you here for the whole stream? I took Earth 1 at the beginning of the game because I didn't want to get Earth 1 blocked with the final round Dwellings event. And then I was going to Temple for Earth 2 instead, but Patrick took the coins and I just made a spur of the moment decision to go with a TP instead. And then I didn't have enough workers in round 2. I built 2 Dwellings in round 2 instead of Templing. So by round 3, there were TPs to be built, so I just templed for Water 1 instead. No Earth 2 is fancy play. I mean, I think that Earth 1, Water 1, Air 1 is pretty unfancy play. It's just not very good play. And it's disastrous for my network, actually. I only have 2 more gray hexes. So I don't have this guy up here, and I don't have these guys down here. So I might need to double spade I4 or something. It's very, very bad. Don't do this at home, kids. I think I'd like to, if we're talking fancy, I think I would like to double spade I4, put Dwellings on these guys, and then bridge, TP up here for a town. I think that's the most fun option. Okay. I do got to pass a little sooner than I wanted to. I think Earth 1 is fancy. You always need the extra econ. Yeah. I really could have used the econ this game. Because this G6 Swarmlings thing, and Patrick did eventually build up here, but the leech has been so poor. And there's no world in which I'm not passing here. Whatever tile is offered to me. Yeah, okay, so it is this guy. Patrick is actually pretty happy to stay in the round, so very tempted to just build another dwelling. Actually, the dwelling gives me no income, but I'm very tempted to send this priest. That's not that good, right? It can't possibly be as good as the 8 points that this looks like. Guess I'll leave myself open to taking a 2 for 1. Get 3 points here, 3 points from Air 1. I need to keep in mind that I need a lot of coins to make this connection even happen. At this point, it looks like that might be 12 points because halflings have a better economy than me. So I need to think about if this is the right move to take this leech. I think the answer is no, because halflings can just build H3 and give me leech. But the sad thing is that I didn't secure this hex, so my first action next round actually has to be to secure this hex. Otherwise, halflings can easily meddle with it. I'm completely at their mercy right now, so I could double spade D2. I mean, I could, but halflings can just meddle with A2. Part of the reason that's cool to go for this I3 line is because halflings can't really touch this hex once I get down here, or this I4 line rather. So I think I would like to build F2, then double spade I4, then build I3, and then bridge. bridge it together. I4 is also very slightly appealing because it cuts off swarmlings if they decide that they want to do shipping stuff. But that said, I mean, swarmlings don't have Earth 1, so that's not that good unless they think they're competing on network, which they could be. Admittedly, they definitely could be competing on network. So that's my breakdown there. I just realized that awkwardly chaos can also double spade. I don't think that they should, but they definitely could. They do double spade, which I guess they have nothing else to do, so it's okay. It's a real bummer for me because this means that I am really in trouble for my last town. I need to play a lot greedier this game, but I will secure my browns. Or my grays. What am I saying? I'm securing it from halflings, but this is looking like a game where once again I could just be in 4th place. Really been having a rough run. Swarmlings have advanced digs once, so they could come down here, build around halflings, and then connect. And then they could get a priest town, and then they could build these hexes like this with advanced shipping. It all seems really, really good for swarmlings, of course. Halflings should probably cut them off, but like they have no incentive to. They're gonna get leech from them. I would probably buy workers if I were halflings. It just seems pretty useful. E5 is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They need 9 workers to finish up their 2 towns. The worker town is gone. They do have priests that like they might as well just use for that, I guess. They do want advanced ship once. I want advanced ship twice, so that probably should happen. So just decide to rush their town, which also makes sense. This expensive TP, by the way, has aged so poorly. First of all, I got a neighbor on it like 2 rounds later, and secondly, I wound up taking fire 2 anyway. So I'm very, very sad. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 7 coins to wrap up this town. Then I'd take the ship town, I guess. What a sad town. And then I advance ship manually once. Then I really don't. I only have 3. I have end the game with 3 dwellings on my board, along with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 structures on my board. God, it's disgusting. I would lose network to swarmlings in that case. Miserable. God. And I have no cult points whatsoever. God, what a truly terrible game. Can definitely still use cheap leech. Patrick does take the priest town. Fire 2 seems pretty good. So, quick thought, right? How much does it make sense to try to single spade this, drop the landscape, then build this, then 2 bridges? Can I even do that? I can't, right? Like, that's too many workers. So I'm going to be putting the landscape like here, or like it'll only be a single dig for the landscape somewhere to just expand my network. I think we should just secure the bridge then, in that case, to get this town going. It's again like this again is going to look like, and probably is like a neighbor's issue. Right, going for this third town was wrong. In fact, I didn't even have to commit to it. I didn't need to put that bridge there. It's a temple. I didn't expect that. Oh, Patrick was actually out of dwellings, or TPs rather. So actually, he hilariously could get pretty screwed by chaos like hard digging here. He would not be able to make his third town, and then maybe I would be competitive with him. Though honestly, even without the third town, I think he's beating me. So it'd be pointless for me to try to block that anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna get down to 6 structure. He's gonna get down to 5 structures. I'm already at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will get down 1 more structure. Sad times. Maybe it's worth it to go to hard dig down 1 structure if I can. If I can get this last priest town, then well, no, because I need to advance my ship. I need to figure out all my shipping stuff first. So I'm going to build this TP, and then probably I'm taking a ship town. Patrick saying that he almost drillered instead of going for this temple layer 1 line. I'm actually not convinced that this is that much. I guess. Oh, sorry. It's because it's a dwelling. Yeah, the dwelling is much better. Yeah, driller would mean putting. Oh, actually, he could have drilled with a dwelling as well. So I don't know. Actually, I wonder if that was actually just a better play, because that actually is better for his network, right? If this is a stronghold instead, and then he drops the dwelling here, and then he builds 1 more dwelling, or then he builds the driller as his last action, then that could have actually been better. Kind of interesting. It's only like a buy note at this point. We're just doing so bad. Actually, is Patrick getting on 4 structures? I'm going to send priest to air here. Chaos wants to send 2 priests, and they can afford to do that with a stronghold action and take both of the last air spots. So I think that I want to send priests to air and then incentivize them to do something else. It's almost certainly the ship town. I'm almost certain that I'm taking a ship town here. Patrick is definitely taking a ship town. Okay, so what is Swarmlings network going to be at? This is 1, 2, 3 workers. This is 1, 2 workers. Then they get 3 back. So they'll effectively have spent 2 workers. They'll have 6 workers left. That's 3 more dwellings. So they would be building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They need to also drop the landscape. Actually, take away 2 of those workers because they have the landscape. They're actually competitive on network here, which is a problem. Okay, so we need to play economy. That's fine. I'm looking at it now, and like there was a lot of value in just trying to double spade E8 because E8 lets me 3 ship down to here, but that's not what I did, so I'm sad. Did I forget what I was going to do? I said that I was going to send a priest to air. Has it been my turn since then? No, it hasn't. It hasn't. I was just confused. Ignore me, I'm senile. So Patrick will take a ship town. It's like an 11 pointer. I guess you can just take the 11 pointer instead. Oh no, he needed the ship town to connect. So it's 13 network. I have 7 over here in the west, 5 over here in the east, and then I'll hard dig down one more thing to get to a sad 13 as well. Swarmlings are pretty likely to just win outright, I think. Can't we single spade? I don't think we can single spade. I need 3 ship to connect, and I only have 1. And look at my resources. If we're talking connecting, if we're well, okay, so I'm looking at it now, and maybe I can single spade hard dig D5, and then I can connect on only 1 ship. This would require 4 workers out of me. But then maybe I can take a better town. I'm not convinced that that's that much better. But it is kind of getting time to be making a decision. But yeah, I connecting on 1 ship is kind of a neat idea for engineers, right? If I grab D5 here, what does that actually do? That just means I build a single dwelling and I take like a slightly better town. I think I'm probably just better off advancing ships and building 1 more dwelling. It's probably a pretty similar amount of points. Wait, hold on. I do this, I advance ship. Do I even have the stuff to build another dwelling? No, I can't even build a dwelling. Okay. I can only build a landscape, right? Unless I get a 2 for 1, which I'm not going to get anymore. Yeah, I advanced ship, and then I only have a priest and 3 workers. So then 3 worker dig, I can't actually do anything. Okay, so actually I think that I just secure d5 then. I secure d5, I connect on 1 ship, and then I make a TP, and at least it's slightly cooler. In the end, this all probably winds up being very similar. And then I have exactly enough to single spade 3 worker dig and build a dwelling. So I think that that means that this is just the 11-point town. Halflings can't meddle with that hex. Swarmlings can't meddle with that hex. Wow. I hit my time limit. Yeah, because Swarmlings can't take the power. Halfling Chaos is unable to dig, so this should be okay. I can't send a priest anywhere for 2 power, so I'm just going to hard convert this priest, and it should be okay. I'll get 4 points from that. I'll pass for like some mediocre number of points, like 10. So I'll have 114. I'll tie network, get some mediocre cults. So sorry to everyone who had to witness this game. I guess it could have been a 4-point swing as Patrick if I had sent Priest to Earth instead. And then I take a landscape. But this is like the 4 points that I get from the dwelling, plus it's 5 points to do this. So ultimately, this was a pretty slow game from us, largely because of the streaming and realizing how poor things were going. So yeah, Swarmlings will advance ship to connect. They'll win by 1,000,000 points. They'll advance ship again, then build a 11. 1, 2. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stuff on their board right now. Yeah, it looks like they can dig their way to winning network outright. Can they win? They'll get down to 5 stuff, I think. Yeah. 3 workers. This is 2 workers. Yeah, they do tie network. Wow, what a Very, very poor NG's gain here. Do I beat Chaos? Chaos is beating me by a lot on the cults. But I do think I have enough direct points that I'm slightly ahead of them. +7 on me, or +6 on me on this track, yeah. But I have 9 in network, so. What do I think didn't go well here? It's a good question. I got so, like, this wasn't like a bad breaking SP or anything, but Patrick had like coins and the priest in round 1. So I was able to get the double spade in round 1 and earth 1, but what I really needed to do was I needed to take a temple or something, or sorry, I needed coins, right? I needed coins because I wanted to make a second temple. I really wanted temple, earth 1, but in that case, actually, I wanted the single spade, not the double spade. That said, I mean, another thing that didn't go well was H4 Swarmlings. This was my plan, but it was never guaranteed that this would happen. So if it's not H4 Swarmlings, then I'm also in a better spot, admittedly. So I guess that's a break that we could consider like kind of bad. I probably just didn't realize exactly how poor it would be for me. But another one was that I didn't get like, this is not a bad break, but I didn't get neighbors up here. That's kind of foreseeable, you know. Ultimately, maybe I was just supposed to risk losing. Maybe I was supposed to just burn down my power and take the temple instead. Temple for Earth 2 instead of what I did, which was leave a TP up and just have Earth 1. But if I had templed for Earth 2 instead earlier, then I could have been in a better spot. Another thing that was in round 3, I had like 4 coins, or 4 workers, 5 coins or something. And I had first action, and I chose to temple for water 1, and instead of taking the coins, Patrick got the coins. He got water 1 blocked, but he wound up beating me anyway. This water 1 was admittedly, so I had these 2 guys out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a 15-point water 1, but I only wound up building 2 TPs during TP rounds. So that was 21 points off of TPs overall. If I TP, well, the other bad break is that F3 didn't get built, so I didn't have neighbors here. So ultimately, like, I think that I could have given myself more economy. Like, definitely I was supposed to win network outright. So I definitely effed up by not taking more economy stuff. But I think I also just overestimated engineers based on my opponents decided to do stuff that didn't quite help me. Like, for example, like H4 Swarmlings is a bad break, and Patrick, like, admittedly he did this like smartly, like intentionally, but he denied me leech at like extremely key times, and he denied me this neighbor on F3. So, but like you could definitely point to my decision to take double spade plus water 1 over coins plus water 1 that round. There's like a very good chance that Patrick doesn't sanctuary water 1 when he has like no coins. So yeah, like a lot of interesting decision points, but I would say like the worst thing that happened was I didn't get neighbors. Like late in the game, I guess. I also do probably if I get the double spade this round, then I'm like, that's at least 4 points better, right? Because I get another dwelling out. Maybe 5 points better because I get this out. 5 points better because of this. And then add like a swing of 9. So if Chaos doesn't block the double spade in round 6, then I think that I'm beating halflings. So yeah. No spade tile game. I didn't get many cults, so not many cult spades by the looks of it. Yeah. So there was a cult spade here, and I had the 3 spot on air, but then that was the round where I took the double spade. I was too worried about G2 ultimately this game, so that also cost me. But like as of the time when the TP round was happening, throughout round 3, I just had like throughout round 4, I had no neighbors for TPs other than these two spots for cheap PPs, and that I think was just huge. You know, if I have Earth 2, maybe I can like supplement my stuff a little better, but it was just not very good. We took 25 minutes here, which is pretty slow. I mean, Nerdcube fan was actually pretty quick, so I appreciate that. There were swarmlings. They were playing swarmlings, so their decisions were a little simpler. But to be fair, like I made a lot of poor evaluations here. And yeah, this was just not good. We'll take a look at the scoring breakdown, I guess. So we had a mediocre scoring game. Everyone had a it was not a very high scoring track, which is part of what made me think that I kind of wanted dwarves in this game. I got a lot of chunk points. I passed very. I guess the pass tile is another area where it broke poorly for me, but that was also my opponent's kind of like doing things that made sense for them. So I don't necessarily blame that. Um, I got 3 decent towns, so yeah, like there are 3 areas where you can look. One of them is here, one of them is here, and one of them is here. Like if I fix my economy, or if I secure better hexes, then this is better. Again, I was 1 double spade action away from that, so Chaos Magicians really, really hurt me there. And I would say that's partially a bad break because I think that this late into a game, Chaos Magicians should not usually want the double spade. So like the fact that like a slightly weaker player was playing them was a bad break for me. But this was like there's no way to say that this wasn't just like a bad break. Like I could have tried to get more points out of the shipping tile. That is one thing I could have done, but at that point it was like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Like nothing was very good at that point. So, and that was this game. It was mediocre. It happens. I'm on a bad streak lately. I'm about to fall below 500 elo. Need to get myself a win at some point. We'll see how it goes. Until then, you know, thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks for chatting. It was a fun one, at least like stream wise. So, despite everything, looking forward to playing some more and streaming some more. I think it might actually be quite a while before I stream again because I'm about to go on, like, I'm about to travel into the city where I won't have like a nice setup. I might stream like just on my laptop, but it's always like a little bit worse without monitors. And then I am going to be out of town for like until January. So if this is the last stream of the year, thanks everyone for watching. I may or may not stream again this year. Yeah. We'll see y'all later.